Hey guys, I was gonna do videos outside today, but the farmer is cutting hay and my allergies are going crazy. So, yay! I got a list of stuff. What should we start with? Setting boundaries. This is a big one, especially for those first starting out, or for those moving, anything with a change in life kind of thing. Not only do we set boundaries in our life, at a workplace, perhaps there are certain things you do or do not talk about. At home, perhaps in the presence of certain family members, you don't discuss other family members. We need to set boundaries, especially in the spiritual realm. A lot of people like to do it through ritual, and I say ritual in a broad perspective term. Some people prefer to smudge, some people pray, some people invoke spiritual protection. A lot of people just have sacred spaces with altars or dedicated spaces to practice. For me personally, I tend to draw lines that make sense to me. For example, I don't allow spirits in the bathroom. Makes perfect sense. Used to be really the only quiet space I had anyway. I like a nice quiet shower without people talking to me. If I need to brush my teeth or use the restroom, I don't really need extra help. Of course, I have 2 kids now, so that's all down the drain. But for me, that was a personal boundary that I set, not only for my convenience, but for my comfort in the space that I had available. Some people prefer not to have communications at work, so they will set the boundaries that say, spirit guides do not allow people to contact me at work, not even in emergencies. If you'd like to contact me in the car, okay? I talk to a lot of people in the car. Haha. Not on phone, so it's still legal because I'm not using a handheld phone device. But some people probably don't want to talk to people. Maybe they're going someplace new and they need to set the boundary. Okay, you know what? I need this time to myself to concentrate on where I'm going and what I'm doing. Especially in city traffic. I mean, whatever. That's hard enough. Some people prefer their bedrooms to be completely closed off space. But on the contrary, when you set your boundaries, you have to make a safe space for you to be approached then. So for instance, the TV room, the kitchen, here, my craft room, these are all safe spaces for spirits to approach me. So I allow them places to come, and I shut off places that I do not want them. For me, I simply communicate to my spirit guide and say, look, here's what I want, here's what I don't want. For people that aren't quite into their relationship with their spirit guide yet, you could always pray. You could use salt lines. That's always pretty popular. You could use brick dust. That's an old hoodoo favorite. Yeah, you could even take chalk and just draw lines and say out loud, this is the line spirits do not cross, okay? My open hours of business are between X and Y. If you'd like to talk to me after that, it can wait till morning. And I've had to turn people away in the middle of the night. I used to let people wake me up. I do a lot of emergency crossovers. So, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, people come to you because they just got into an accident or whatever. And, when I was that young, I would be happy to do it because I knew I had at least 4 extra hours of sleep after that, Now, I still have a little one that's up a few times in the middle of the night to feed. So, for me, that's not a convenient time. But they can come to me anytime during the day, and that's fine with me. So, setting boundaries is about no, but it's also about yes, okay? And there will be times where it's a maybe space. For instance, I'm still okay with the bedroom, but, at some point in my life, that may become a maybe space or a no space. So it is important to set boundaries in a lot of areas of your life. Not only for yourself, but also for the respect of others. Gosh, home, work, car, you know, a lot of people don't like to be approached out in public. You know, some people have tag-along spirits. Some people have spirits that want to get communications across. If I happen to be, I don't know, at a mall, which is rare, but go with me here. So if I happen to be at a mall with my family, I don't know, shopping for the kids, okay, let's just go with that. And I see a woman and a spirit's with her, and the spirit sees me watching them and says, hey, come here. I really need to tell my wife, blah, blah, blah. And I'd say, I'm sorry, I'm here with my family. I'm not available to give messages right now. So not only does that show respect for the spirit, it shows respect for me. You know, I might say, come find me later, and I'll try to get a message to her if you'll direct me how to do so, but I'm really not a public medium at all. Like, at all. I just find that kind of disrespectful to the person receiving the message. You don't really want to pounce on people, you know? I mean, unless the message is, like, seriously life-saving, then no, never, not at all. So that's one of my boundaries, you know? Your boundaries may be completely different, and that's fine, but they are your boundaries to set, okay? And it is important that you do so because it sets a standard not only for spirits, but also for your guides and your masters. If you're having a really rough day, I do some astral projection or whatever, usually not at all on purpose, but I'll say to my people, you know, I really can't learn tonight. I don't have time for a lesson. I'm exhausted. I really just want to flop, you know, especially if we've been working on different things. Like, can we just set this aside for like 2-3 days? I need to vegetate and rest my body and my mind. A lot of people do work at night, and they don't realize that they work at night. And you wake up way more tired than you went to bed. It's because you're working at night. So you need to set a boundary for your spirit guides and your other guides to say, look, you know, I need a break. Let me just sleep and rest tonight on my own. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any questions? Let me know. Setting boundaries, it's important not only for you, but for other people as well. And it lets you know, it's also good for, if you have clients, you know, to let them know, especially because I like to set people up for success. I'll tell them, you know, the night before, you know, please let your people know that you're coming to see me. And I do have people that will jump over that night and be like, hey, I'm here for so-and-so. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait till morning. But it's good to let your clients know, you know, ask them to arrive tomorrow, either with you or ahead of you. But, you know, they pop in at night, just tell them, you know, I'm glad to see you here. I will certainly let her know that you showed up early. Can you hold off till tomorrow about noon, okay? What else? I think I covered everything. Yay, boundaries, yay!